Look at the globe of the earth. Here we can see the axis, the equator and lots of other lines. These are imaginary lines and they are not visible on the earth's surface. Latitudes. Latitudes are lines that run parallel to the equator and to each other. They are called parallels of latitude. Their size keeps getting smaller as we go north or south of the equator. The last line at the top and the bottom are like tiny dots. These are the poles. The equator is the longest and most important latitude as the earth is round. The equator is also called the Great Circle. It is an imaginary line drawn halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole. It divides the earth into two halves. The north part is called the northern hemisphere and the part south of the equator is the southern hemisphere. The measurement of degrees of latitudes begin from the equator. All the latitudes are given numbers. The N indicates it is north of the equator and S indicates it is south of the equator. The equator is at 0 degree. These are some other important latitudes. They are Tropic of Cancer is at 23.5 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn is at 23.5 degrees south. Both these are named after the constellation of stars. Now the circle is at 66.5 degree north is Arctic Circle. Antarctic Circle is at 66.5 degrees south. North Pole is at 90 degrees and South Pole is at 90 degrees south. The latitudes circle the globe in an east-west directions. There are a total of 181 lines of latitudes, that is 90 latitudes to the north of the equator and 90 latitudes to the south of the equator and the equator. Total 181 lines. The latitude gives us the position of a place to the north or south of the equator. Now longitudes. Lines of longitudes run from the north to the south and meet at the poles. These lines are also known as meridians. Meridian is a Latin word which means midday or noon. Longitude joins places that have mid-T at the same time. As the earth rotates on its axis, the position of the sun shifts from meridian to meridian. When the sun is above each meridian, it is noon at places that are on that particular meridian. The prime meridian passes through the observatory at Greenwich near London. Greenwich is marked as longitude 0 degrees.